Of 7. And carrying on. If we have the shard provider. It's not Tuesday, so we must have it. So what's going on? Okay, well, that's weird. Well, it took off forever to get that going. Okay, is it loaded today? There's too many people in it? Is that it? Something's wrong. Alright, so, seems like there's issues. Not sure. Maybe it's gonna be on maintenance. Or maybe it was on maintenance. Maybe it, who knows. If it's on maintenance, which I doubt it, because today's Monday. Hi, George. How are you? Pretty kitty. Oh. You're not pretty. Well, then don't shake your head. Poor kitty. So that was my technical advisor, Mr. Furball. Mr. George. I put him on camera, you know, like other people do. They get like a cat bed and they put it on camera and da-da-da-da-da. Except one, he'll never lay in the bed. Two, if he does look at the camera, he'll stare at you like you're being a nuisance. My cat has tood, or I wouldn't have a cat. Kitty's gotta have tood. So I watched the awesome Lower Decks crossover on Strange New Worlds, which they let loose early. Being a nuisance. Like real early. I was like, wow. It was supposed to be out Thursday, and I could have sworn I watched the episode on Thursday. And then I turn around and I'm messing around and I see the, what do they call it? The show after. What's that show called? Something with Wesley Crusher or Will Wheaton. Anyway, so they showed that show after and I'm like, wait, that wasn't the show I watched this weekend. This week? What the hell? So I was like, alright, something happened. So I was messing around, and I guess I talked on Thursday on voice on a chat line with a friend of mine, and I either forgot to watch it or it came out early, and they said it came out early, which I'm assuming they're releasing it because Lower Decks is going to start September 7th, so then we'll have 2 shows to watch. Well, sort of. Strange New Worlds won't be long if they're launching Lower Decks on December 7th, so September 7th. Which is kind of odd because Discovery's not due out until next year. Which, to be honest, I saw the new trailer, and I'm not so sure it's going to look so good. Don't get me wrong, I like Discovery, I like the characters in it, I like the stuff, but I think they revolve too much around the story, and they make 10 episodes of a tragic, gotta save the world, end of the universe story, right? Which I think is fine, but it's like... it gets old after a while. You know what I mean? They don't have any downtime. They're always in a tragedy. They always got to do this. Yeah, that kind of stuff. You know? It just seems like it's wrong for them to do that for so long. But, you know, that's my idea of it. I like the new Strange New Worlds where it's every episode is different. Even kind of funny and goofy, but they're different. They're not always the same episode over and over. And don't get me wrong, Discovery really has a good crew. I mean, yeah, well, they got a good crew. Let's put it that way.
Get out there and fly. You get out there and fly.
Everybody wears that outfit. Wow, especially in the summer. Because if they can't get a bikini, they try to get that outfit on. Anyway, so as I was saying, we're going to do the right thing, then we'll go do the mission. But yes, I have everything lined up. I should have Starfield on August 31st. So you will be some of the first people to see it because it doesn't start until September 6th. Unless you bought the Premium Deluxe Edition. So we'll see how many bought the Premium Deluxe Edition, which probably a lot. Because it seems like a lot of people want to see this game succeed. Or they just want to see the game. I'm sure there'll be enough bitching about it and this and that, and oh my god, this won't work and that won't work and da 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 da. Look, if we spend all our time on the internet streaming stuff and nitpicking it, nobody's gonna like anything. They ain't even gonna watch our videos. No offense. But eventually it's gonna stop. They're just gonna look at us and go, nope, don't want to hear it. Because I just realized the other day I was watching Strange New Worlds fanfics, right? You know, watching like Trek Central and a few others. And yes, I'm gonna say your names, right? And for some reason, people think that now that they have a voice on the internet, that they should be the guardians of the rest of the people. Look, and I'll say this once, and I'll only say it once, okay? If you don't like my vid, don't watch it. If you don't like Strange New Worlds, don't watch it. You know what I mean? Because here's the deal. If you watch it and you hate it, you're still going to be a person that's watching it. Which is still going to count as far as television shows go. You're still going to be a viewer base. You get my point? Okay, so stop making a video about bitching about the whole damn thing and how it's not Star Trek and it's not this and not that. Sci Fanatic, which only covers sci-fi shows, right, has more comfy, good review than the people that are Trek fans. And I'm like, wow, that's just rude. And then I'm like, no, they're just being too critical as usual. Ladder J13 on Enterprise B is where Kirk was standing when the whole world went to end. And, oh, Kirk died. Well, yeah, of course he did. He got hit by an energy ribbon, but technically he didn't die until he was on the mountain fighting Soren. So your point? And then they brought his body back to a laboratory and stuck it in a freezer. Your point? Yes, I watch that much Star Trek. I watch movies over and over again. I can be that technical if I like, but here's the deal. Can't enjoy the show if you think it's got to be right by the fucking letter. 24 minutes, every period has to be Star Trek. Got me? Yeah, so enjoy the damn show and stop picking at it. People, you're just goofy. Oh wait, no, that's right. I forgot the original thing. I don't have any views. You know why I don't have any views? I'll tell you why I don't have any views. Which I love views. Which is fine if I have a few or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or none. You know what I mean? But you know why I don't have any views? I'll tell you why I don't have any views. Because I don't scream, whine, cry, and tick on everything in the world. That's why I don't have any views. Okay? Because I don't want to. I want to play this game. That's why I'm here. I'm here to play the game. Alright. So we got the dilithium we needed. Now we're going on a mission. Where's the mission? Uneasy Alliance. So this is going to be fun. Alright. Let's go. Well, we should be able to teleport from here, yeah? Okay. Teleport to Hobus system. And we're off! Uneasy Alliance. Part 21. And then whatever missions after the Uneasy Alliance. Because I'll tell you this, and a lot of you are gonna nut, right?
This is the Rocket Imperial Stardate. You are in a restricted area.
Oh, really? Alright, that's the end of that. Okay, let's turn it down a bit. Alright. What's up? Clear landing bay for you. Get in here and get it over with.
This is Lieutenant Gaius Salon. This unit is exiting this unit.
This unit. Alright, okay. Pretty sure it tracked beamed over or something. Alright. So, this unit, this unit, he's a little broken. A lot of people, okay, get too nitpicky about Star Trek, and it's sad because there's nothing to get nitpicky about, really. But what I think is funny, right? And I'm going to say this, and probably a Gene Roddenberry family member is going to hear me. Back in the 70s, right? There was a lot going on in the world. Okay. And Gene Roddenberry, the imaginary, the man that brought all this up and imagined it, right? Happened to be on the side of make love not war. Right? We covered there? Alright. This is why he was controversial. Okay? This is why a lot of the TV people didn't want to, take his show, right?
There's a door to the left.
Because he, right, believed in everybody was, so on and so forth. Make love, not war. He also believed in open relationships, so on and so forth at this time in the world. He also believed in that every race was equal. Okay? This was his beliefs. Okay? This is why he made Star Trek. Right? And I'm not going to say that he's a liberal in the left side or a right side, because I don't believe there was a left side or a right side back then. There was hippies and there weren't hippies, right? Well, I suppose you could say there's a left side and a right side, But he decided he was going to write. And he was going to write television shows. And he was going to make money and all the above, right? And he came up with an idea. And yes, don't sit there and say, oh, he wasn't going to make money. Yes, he was. That was the whole purpose of this show, was to make money. But to make money with a different outlook than the 1970s television shows, right? Which were all predominantly white, which were all blah, blah, blah. And there weren't no lesbians, they weren't this, they weren't that. There weren't no interrelationships, there weren't none of that, right?
Quick, through the side door and down
At
the
the
gate.
time. So you could say he was an anarchist, a conformist. Oh, gee. Well, not a conformist. Anarchist, maybe, I suppose. But I would say he was just a general hippie, right? He believed that women should have rights. He got married, and Marriage of Barrett never changed her name. They were married for years, right? He believed in a lot of things, and then he started to make Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, and as you can see, some of his conformities didn't quite go over with the public. But he got to write some of the shows he always wanted to write on Star Trek that he couldn't write back then because somebody would always override it. Right? Because the stuffy shirts at CBS back then were too busy snorting the coke and wanting everybody to be, oh no, we gotta let them watch it and we can't do this. God forbid if you show a side boob. But that's okay, because I got my lines on the desk here. And yes, Hollywood was right full of goofballs.
Besides,
And they did things, and whoop-de-doo, and it's in the past. I'm tired of these kids trying to blame everybody for the past, and it's all their fault that they're screwed up. No, whatever.
this is poor with the poor,
You make who you are.
poor guy.
You understand?
My engineers report that they're having this many
Alright,
This
yeah.
unit, this
Your life makes you who you are. And I don't care how much you blame everybody else, it's not going to get you anywhere. Oh, wait, no. I can't say that anymore. Did you get it? Nutty Boyle. The big technical advisor. Big fun what? Anyways, so as we're saying, maybe I should go on like a coffee chat. That's it. No. You need to get the steel pile back up. Get over there. Yeah. Now you're the freaking reinitialize the deflector should be used, Ava, because you're the engineer. The flux capacitor. Oh, we'll send Mara. Okay. Now we're going to go over here. So we're going to walk over this way. Oh, there's a bomb. Where'd that come from?
What are you doing to my ship down there? Don't make things worse.
Alright. Come on, hurry up. Scramble the sensor so I can get to it. Disarm it. Scramble the bomb sensors again. Disarm bomb. Alright. There's one down. Now we're going to jump over the rail. Head for the next one. Which is right about here. Right? Okay, so we're scrambling bombs on a Romulan ship. With Seal on it, no less. Should just blow her up. Alright.
I shouldn't need to remind you that
Oh,
we're on a
would you
time
shut up? God, she's an awful talkative character. Okay, so. Ta-da! I found the saboteur. He's right here. Dude, back off. Get over here. I think you're going to set out a Romulan secret drone, huh? Yeah, me. That's right. Best Randa.
I recognize you. You have to help me. I'm a Republic intelligence operative. Seala's used.
Alright, fine. Want me to kill you then? I'll do it. How's that? Does that work? You never listen. Alright, now we gotta go back to the bridge. Turbo lift the bridge. And we gotta. Nope, there's a left store. Yep. Look at the stars!
I understand very.
Yeah. Let's get this going.
The Nopata system?
Hmm.
Interesting. My ship has been modified to mask its energy signature, so we should be able to get there without detection. The Tal Shiar may be a problem, though.
Hmm.
The Tal Shiar serves the Iconians now.
Hmm.
Certain elements of the Imperial Navy are still loyal, but the Tal Shiar would be more inclined to shoot me than listen to me.
Okay. Fine, we'll just have to shoot them all then. That's the way it goes. Less Tal Shiar in the world, less problems. Dum, dum, dum. I know, not very Star Trek of me, huh? But you all know it's the truth. If you're Star Trek fans, you know the less Tal Shiar in the world, the less problems.
Those are Tal Shiar.
Enemy.
In the universe. Let's go, buddy. Look, your pal's going down, then you're going down. That's just the way it's going to be. Oh, you think you can take me on, huh? I built this specifically. Killing everybody in the game. Bye-bye. Ouch. That hurt. Eh, all healed up. See, that was quick. Ta-da! Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Okay, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. Beam to the no pot of surface. Got it. Okay, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. Alright, we'll beam it down. Yes. And Star Trek is just a good show. Any way you look at it, most of them are good. They run 5 or 6 years, and no matter how much you sit there and go, well, Discovery sucks, it still made it 5 seasons. That's 5 years. Star Trek Next New World sucks. Well, that's going to make it another 5 seasons probably. Because unfortunately in Star Trek fandom, there's more love the show than hate the show. And it doesn't matter what they are. Right wing, left wing, doesn't care, don't matter. They will still watch it.
Someone else has been through here recently. Tashiar!
Why am I not surprised the mess hall is the one place here that isn't a total wreck?
Well, that's because everybody loves to eat, Sela. That's why the place is in a total mess. Alright, did we get it back up? Yeah, we got it back up. Good. Kill the next set. Alright.
At least they were smart enough to take the weapons out of the armory.
Doesn't matter anyways, we didn't want them. They're plasma weapons. Plasma! Plasma. Just gotta be a way to say that. Plasma. 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 Okay, so like I said, you know, Star Trek is Star Trek. And no matter what people say, it's always going to be Star Trek. I don't think it will ever stop being Star Trek.
Maybe there's a release trigger in the office.
I guess with the woke agenda these days, I get some of it's in Star Trek, but you know, it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. You would have to fire all the writers. Instead of letting them on strike, you'd have to lay them all off and fire them to start over. And the problem right now is 2 things happen. Okay, woke agenda sells. Once it stops selling, which it's slowly dying and stopping selling, because people are tired of being having to be on the right or the left, then it will stop. Because the writers will have to write something else.
Let's get this gateway working again.
Whether you like it or not, they're just like those TikTok stars. Oh, I get peeped at the gym. I'm so pretty. My ass crack is so cute, and you have to have my phone pointed at it, right? Because let me tell you something. They're not getting harassed at the gym. They're not
You're
getting
getting a
creeped
little
at the
too
gym.
close to
They're
the
just trying to get more views. And the more negative they get, the more positive reviews they get. Sorry, but I hate to say it, and I will say this, and I'm going to say it,
You
and
should
it will
be
probably be
careful about
bad.
the loyalty of your subordinates.
But if you ain't got boobs and a vajayjay on this channel or any other channel, you ain't making views. So boys, you better settle in.
Kill it!
Goodbye. Beat. There you go, little worm. You're down for the count. Okay, let's hopefully we saved her. Now we can give her, bring her back up to the ship. Come on, beam Van's hand up. Hopefully she's alright.
There we go. I'll just put in those coordinates.
And you're like, well, she's a Trill. She wouldn't have wanted that. Well, actually, she would have. Because a Trill that has no host always wants a host. So, you know, the bug was just another form of host. She was just being another form of a host. Because in their society, you ain't crap unless you got a worm in your belly. But anyways, moving on. So I'm going to watch Lower Decks, but Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds mixed was funny as hell. You really got to watch it. If you want to get a good laugh, you got to watch it. I don't care about the criticism and everything else. You have to watch it. It's a good laugh. It is hilarious.
Hey, up here! Hurry up. They'll find us soon.
I think what they're doing with Strange New Worlds is they're reminding us what Star Trek was really all about back in the day. And I think they're doing a good job of it in a modern day setting.
Good. There's a gateway on this side. We won't be stuck here.
And I know that's going to cause a war with the original TOSs and all that, but the thing is this.
You! Taurus. Stop her!
Is that, and I will say this, I guess,
What a waste of time.
and this is where people are going to get upset, okay, and I'm going to say this. A lot of you loved watching Kirk and Spock, yes, okay, and Uhura, Chekhov, and Sulu, and I get that, alright, and I very much get that because they were great actors, and if it wasn't for them, we would not have Star Trek at all. It would be gone, okay, it wouldn't have made it, because nobody would have wrote in fan letters and kept it going, right,
I won't let you take me.
and
We need to catch her before she can cause any more trouble. She's locked the door.
Well,
Try
she's
to unlock
locked
it
the door
with one of
because
these
she didn't.
consoles.
Okay. And they're the pioneers of the show.
Interesting.
And no matter how much you want to change it, they are the pioneers. Good, bad, or otherwise.
You should
You
download
can't,
some of these files.
and the thing that most people can't do, and this is what they get at, okay, is you can't pick on the characters. And everybody's like, well, what do you mean you can't pick on the actors? You can't. Because you would be telling everybody that Uhura was terrible and racist and this and that.
This sphere seems
When
to
she's
be
not.
much older than the others.
She helped get NASA going. She
There's
helped bring more
communication
scientists and more brains to
inside the
NASA
sphere. I've
that
never
were
seen these kinds of vessels
not white. Let's see. Spock used to, Leonard Nimoy used to donate to a lot of good
Almost there.
causes. Matter of fact, one of their whole movies was about whales, saving the whales.
Door is open.
There's really nothing to pick on. Not a damn thing. I don't think any one of them is either one of the others that, you know. And that's it. I just can't see it. You know, and that's the problem you get all pissy about, because you really can't nail any of the actors in the modern day ones or the lower day ones. Oh, they're this. Well, you know, they support who they support. They do what they want to do. And that's the thing with this series, is they always pick good people. Well, I mean, not perfect. Not everybody's perfect, but they always pick a good set of people. Run! Decent people. Not to mention they have a habit of keeping squeaky clean, oddly.
There's nowhere left to run, Taurus. Do you really think Iconians will help you?
No, you don't understand. I didn't seek them out because I wanted to rule. I needed them to save us, to turn back time, to undo Hobus, and bring back Romulus.
Then you're more of a fool than I thought. You poor deluded creature. The Iconians aren't interested in saving anything. Nor could they.
We have to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. They're coming.
I guess you'd better go then.
Keeps her off the
Only
thing.
known, Taurus. The Iconians can't travel through time. It destroys their minds. The sphere just jumped.
Now I have one question.
It's nighttime inside.
Which poor Iconian did she get a hold of and force through time? To find that out.
So many ships
The evil bag. Uh-oh. Time to go.
How absurd to think that she could have ever accomplished anything significant. Iconia. Take a look at this.
Can't travel through time because it destroys their minds.
The sphere just jumped.
We gotta go.
Iconian invasion is beginning.
You were warned. The galaxy is forfeit. Oh, that thing's toast. I could kill it, but I'm not going to. We're just gonna run out of here and make it look good. I'm scared. I really am. Not.
Personal guards and servants for the Iconians. Fighting is not our best option.
Nah, we're just gonna run to make it look good.
Run!
Because what happened once is I you know how the game glitches at times, right? I killed that Iconian.
Stabilizing. I'll take care of it.
Like after I did it the first time, I had my main character and I whacked it. I mean, I whacked it in like 10, 12 seconds. Because my main character has a crew with nothing but phaser auto rifles. And we're talking not the older models, we're talking the newer models, right? The Discovery kind. And we just lit into it and it died. And I was like, oh. And then the game went, and I couldn't go any further. I was like, ah. It didn't know what to do. I broke it. So I had to restart the whole mission over like the other one. And yes, I got that miniature finished, but I was like, nah, I did it like once. After everything was settled and reset, I did it once. I was like, oh, you bugger. I was not impressed. Okay, now we have to beam up to the ship.
It's good to have you back. A Dyson sphere jumped into a position near the Iconia system less than an
Ta-da!
hour ago. We don't know anything about it, but based on the preliminary notes you've logged, we think it's the same sphere that you discovered with Sela. I hate to admit it, but she was right. The Iconian invasion is here. There's no sign of Sela, incidentally. We'll keep looking, but I have a feeling...
She'll pop up again, like always. Oh, that one. Okay, we're just gonna decline that. That.
Good to have you back.
All right, I'll show you how to do that.
Jumped into a position near the Iconia system less than an hour ago.
Okay, we already
Don't
read
know
that part, right?
anything about
Okay.
it, but based on the
Now,
preliminary
one of
notion
these
log,
makes you go
we think it's the
invisible.
same sphere that you discovered with
I think
Seela.
it's that
I hate
shield,
to admit
right?
it, but she was right.
So if you
The
want the whole
Iconian
set, it's a good
invasion
set.
is here.
You got to do it like 3
There's no
times, then you
sign
get the
of
whole set.
Seela.
But I'm just gonna grab the kit. Yep. Okay. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna show you what that other hail is. We're gonna do that real quick, get it out of the way, because the nuker people want you to go see the nuker people. And you have to go kill Tholians on this planet. And there's a bunch of missions here, like side missions and side quests. But if you don't do this, it keeps popping up every 20 seconds. Every time you're out in this space. It goes, hey, can I talk to you? So what we're going to do is we're going to fly down there. And we're going to go in the Tholians. And we're going to land on the planet and finish the mission. Because all you have to do is land on the planet, talk to the officer, and you're out. You don't even have to stay. But also, it will tell you that you got to kill like 30 Tholians. That's where you do it.
Attacks from the Iconian forces are imminent. Their gateway technology means the distance has little meaning for
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, buddy. But first, we're going to see the Tholians. Because I said so. I'm running this boat, people.
The Klingons are willing to use any weapon available to destroy the Federation, even time itself.
Oh boy.
Falls to a small group of brave Starfleet officers to restore the timeline and rescue one of their own. Who controls this sector may determine who controls the war.
And that's actually a side mission, which is kind of neat. I do believe. I think maybe. I know you're still a Klingon. Anyways. Okay, let's go to Nuclear Prime and get this out of the way. There's a bunch of side missions that do little side quests. Now, most of the gear is blue, so it's not really good unless you make it gold or purple, right? But most of the gear is blue, but there are interesting stuff. Like, don't take any other mission. Don't bother with it. You know, if you're going to leave here, don't take any other mission, just walk off. Now that cleared that mission, okay? That mission that keeps blinking on your screen is gone. Now we can go do the Blood of the Ancients. So, what I was saying is I don't know what I was saying. I have no clue. I'm just playing the game. That's what I'm doing. Alright, so. A lot of the times you'll see. There's 3 to 4 side missions. Okay, there's one that takes you over to the Breen homeland. You can go over there and you help this planet that's getting atrocited by Breens, and they're trying to look for an artifact, and you'll get Breen weapons, Breen impulse engines, Breen shield, Breen deflector. Right? I don't think you get a warp core out of it. I think you have to get a certain Breen chip to get the warp core. And then you you get you get all the Breen stuff, okay? Then there's a Jem'Hadar mission, which is out by Bajor, side mission where you get Jem'Hadar, impulse engine, shields, and deflector. Right?
We've gathered here the finest commanders from Starfleet, the Klingon Defense Force,
And then you get a Jem'Hadar armor, gun, and shield for personal use on the ground.
May I introduce Captain Cog? He will coordinate our combined forces against the Iconians.
Then there's the mission on Nimbus, which is all Romulan. Well, you're basically fighting the Tau Shiar if you do it. And it's a low-level mission, so you can start getting higher levels. Then there's another one on Drazen Station that takes you to see some phantasmal ghost type things. And you go back in time, right? The TOS era, which is pretty good. We may do them someday, but I'm not doing them today. Nope, not happening. Nada.
To access the Iconian gateway,
And when they do,
attack our most valuable targets. The gateways allow the heralds to strike anywhere. They can avoid or destroy any obstacle in their path. Therefore, the Alliance has decided to focus on defending key installations. We need time to create a strategy. To that end, let me introduce Captain Tom Paris.
Hello, everyone. Okay, this is what we know about the weaknesses of the Heralds. If we can exploit this, we can...
It's beginning.
So what's the weakness?
Their goal appears to be New Rock.
He didn't tell us what the weakness was. We can't go to war.
Captain Paris, take your task force and
He didn't finish this.
the rest of them, report to Starbase 2.
Listen here.
Right now, that Starbase is all that stands between the heralds.
He was gonna tell us some good information. You just cut him off.
We need time to evacuate civilians and prepare defenses at New Romulus.
Yeah, I got it.
Today is a good day to die.
Not really. I don't know about you, but I ain't expecting to do that. You Klingons and a good gay to die stuff. I'm telling you. It's not happening.
More herald ships on sensors. Deploying reinforcements.
Starting my run to the station.
They're cutting through our shields. They're using gateways to get inside the defense perimeter. There's no stopping.
Harold close in. Defensive maneuver.
Oh yeah, it is. Not gonna end well because they want me to lose this battle. It's rude. I don't want to lose, but I gotta lose because I don't lose it. Let's screw the game up. Oh really? Fiber.
They're boarding us.
Ah!
Report to deck 6.
No. Goodbye, Starfleet. See you later. Ah.
We're losing shuttles. Use them before the next wave.
Yeah. But too many of them. Retreat. Well, I don't want to. I want to kill them all. No fair. Mean to me.
Welcome to the war.
Welcome to the war? What war? You just told me to leave. I could have killed him. We got a war to win. That's what I'm winning. You did say war to win, right? Well, then why did you take me away from the other place? Yeah. Need a couple things here. Okay, one more down. Now we gotta kill that big one. Right? Where is the big one? Where'd it go?
Great work. Just
Where is
one
it?
more group between you and the clan. Give them hell.
Well, that's what I thought. Oh, there it is. Look at all the assimilated. Get him. Now, just in case to be informative, instead of just saying I'm going to kill them all, when you're low level and you're using the free game, right, and or free ships or whatever you're doing, just say you're not going to pay any money, you're just playing it for free, right? You're going to get phasers, and you want to keep your phasers going, okay? But when you get to this point where you're with the Iconians, right, you can't make gold phasers, okay? Your phasers don't give you extra damage, they don't give you purple, they're probably mostly blue, and they won't give you enough dots to cause the Iconians a lot of damage. So you need anti-proton. So the first mission you do with anti-proton, you take the 2 beams in the front, or you take one of the beams, right, and you put it on your ship. Yes, I know they tell you in the videos to always use phasers if you're going to use phasers, always use anti-proton if you're going to use anti-proton. Well, here's the deal. When I first played this, you couldn't get every piece of item. And one item that you get for the first time you play the mission is the best item, okay? The other ones scale down as you get all of them, okay? So what you got to do is pick the best item out of, whatever item is the best, you pick that one first, okay? And then you keep going, right? And I didn't know you could get sets, so I didn't know that either. So what I did was I pitch-poshed my ship, right? And got different sets, okay? But when I got to the Iconians, no matter what I did, the phasers would not cut through them. It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't do it. Because they weren't strong enough, or they weren't a certain kind of phaser, or, you know what I mean? Like right now, I'm using regular phasers with 2 extra phasers, right? On the ship. There's this phaser here, which is narrow angle beam array, which is a specialized phaser, okay? And it's made to cut through armor or whatever, right? Or subsystems. It helps you subsystems. Now, these phasers are made for my character, so they have damage over time, ACC, you see what I'm saying? And then it has its special overload ability, right? These are made from a different character, and I also have a Tetrion arc that cuts through stuff, okay? But I have that to go with the weapon crystal thing. Just because I have it, because it's, good. Alright, so I have like a pitch posh, but you see how good it's working. You notice I'm whacking everything, right, with my specials and my consoles and my phasers. But until you get to that point, you're not going to have, or you can't build those phasers like that. So you have to get the phasers, You have to get sets that are pretty good. And even the phaser set just doesn't do it. The anti-proton cuts through the shields faster, so your phasers can do more damage. You see what I'm saying? That's why you need to pitch posh it.
We need to retake this area.
Yes, that's why you need to pitch posh it. Yep.
We can take a defensive position in the ruins.
And a lot of people are like, well, and then I actually have a build that's probably the best build I've ever used out of Pish Posh equipment. Out of stuff from the game. Only from the game. And they're not bad. It's not really bad. It's a good phaser build. Although I have it on Defiant because of Defiant's faster. Not that it wouldn't work well with a cruiser, I suppose, but it had to be a small cruiser. Big cruisers are a little too slow. And it doesn't do enough damage, so you kind of get your butt beat because you're sitting there too long. And yes, a lot of people are like, well, if you build a tank, well, yeah, but when you're first starting out, you don't know how to build a tank. You don't know how to do anything. So you're basically feeling how the game works. And I used a lot of anti-proton ground weapons and stuff. I didn't have all the stuff I have now. I mean, I go in my inventory and I can have like 30 guns and all kinds of stuff in like minutes, seconds, you know what I mean? Because I've done so many events and stuff. And yes, I recommend doing the events. And everybody's like, well, don't do them if you don't want it. Do them. Do every single one of them. Because whether you want the gear or not, you can always come back later and build a build specifically for that event, you know? Like, I built a Tholian build. And I've never had a Tholian build. And it's nice to watch everybody get caught in webs and then you get a web shield and all kinds of stuff. George, if you shut up my video, I'm going to beat you. Hello. Say hi, George. Go meow in the mic. Go meow. No. You're not going to go meow in the mic? Hello, George. How are you? Looking at Daddy again? Yes. Give me the evil stare. That's Dad's boy. Dad's fuckboy. Unfortunately, he likes Dad and only Dad. Everybody else sucks. Even my Nan. He doesn't even like my mother. Well, he does. He likes it when she sings to him. But he acts like he doesn't. But if she hasn't been over in weeks and hasn't sung to him, he gets all upset. It's funny. Alright, give my people up. Let's make sure they're healed. Get some medical going. Poor Worf, man. He's always dying first. Alright, now we're going to make it up the hill. Love these phasers. They don't do really much, and they aren't got really a critical, but they have that auto fire right there, boys. And believe it or not, that auto fire is probably the best thing in the game. A lot of the rifles have it, and if you use it like auto fire rifles, yes, do them. Auto. I recommend auto sometimes better than beams, unless you got the lower deck set. Then beam it, baby. Because yes, the beams kill things, some things quicker, like Tholians, and I would say actually these beams are really good with these. Surprisingly, the weapon type actually kills it really good. Like Polaron, yeah, it really whacks them. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Okay, I'll tell you the secret of a Star Trek. Anybody want to know the secret of a Star Trek online? I'll tell you. Okay, you come in. Alright, and you come in and you go, okay, I want a Federation. Alright, so you take a Federation, you make your Federation, you go through the basic training, the tutorial, and leave it. Leave it. Alright. Okay, and everybody goes, what? Alright, so you leave it, okay, and then you go and grab a Gem Hadar. Right? You grab a Gem Hadar. It's like, alright, so why do you grab a Gem Hadar? Just bear with me here. Grab a Gem Hadar. Okay, your Gem Hadar is 60 when it starts. It has a full set of gear, all purple items. Okay, you cannot transfer them, so hold on to your buckets because that's the part that's going to get you. You can't transfer them. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can't transfer. Okay, but you take the 65, you do the tutorials and everything else. Okay. And that qualifies you as doing the tutorials on one character that's 65 levels. Okay, so you finish him off, it'll take you exactly 1 mission, 5 missions to do it, and you'll make him 65, right? So there you go. That qualifies you as having a character that's 65 levels. Now, with the new limitations they put on it, he has to be around for 20 hours. Okay, so you have to play him for like 2 hours a day for 10 days. And you're all like, what? Well, he has to qualify for the 20 hours, okay? Then you see a Delta recruit or a Klingon recruit day, okay? Or a TOS recruit day, whatever day it is, whatever it's going to come up. Look in the ARC calendar. Look around, okay? You grab a Delta recruit first. Then probably a Klingon recruit, or you grab any recruit that comes out, right? So if there's a recruit for the Gamma, grab that. You know what I mean? When you do your Dominion. Alright? So you grab all those recruits, and you keep one of each recruit. So that's like 4 characters right there, okay? Don't finish them, just keep them. Start them out, get them on that day, and make sure they have their little icon. Alright? Now you have 4 different characters from 4 different races. Alright? And what? 2 Feddies. Or 3 Feddies. Because there's a time slot day and a TOS day. Okay, now, I recommend playing TOS. Okay? And everybody's like, well, why do you recommend playing TOS? Well, I recommend playing TOS because if you play TOS, you get the whole campaign. The whole campaign. Alright? So if you're going to play Fed, you want to play TOS first. Okay? Yes, I know it's old and grainy, and you get the old stuff and the old ships and da-da-da-da-da, and you got to go through the old tutorial. But it's the only way you can get the old tutorial. Do you understand? So if you want to play the full campaign, I recommend the TOS first. Alright? Tried to talk my fender with him, but he wouldn't do it. So I recommend playing that, because you can always replay Discovery. You can always play Gamma. You can always play everything else. But the one you can't replay unless you have a TOS character is TOS. Okay? You cannot play that chapter unless you are a TOS character. So you won't get the whole campaign done if that's your campaign nut. You want to get the campaign done, right? You won't see all the campaign of the game, basically. And no, you won't see the individual tutorials, but you will see them if you do the other Federation characters, which you will be doing when you do Delta Crew. And Delta Recruit will show you. And a Gamma Recruit will show you, of course, Jem'Hadar. And then the Klingon Recruit will show you the Klingon. You know what I mean? So you literally have to do their tutorials first to see. I would do all the tutorials first. Because there's a part in the game where there's some things you get in certain areas, or you get a T6 ship. You can't use a T6 ship until you've done the tutorial, right? Now, mind you, it doesn't tell you on the main character you have has to have the tutorial done. It doesn't say that. It says you have to do the tutorial. So the first thing you think is like, well, I did it with the Jem'Hadar, and then bang, you can't use the ship. Okay? Well, here's the deal. You can't use any ship but the faction ship until you have a 65 character, either Federation or Klingon. Right? But here's the thing they don't tell you. The Jem'Hadar will count as a 65 character for one of those factions that you picked to be the other faction. Unless they changed it. The last time I checked, the Jem'Hadar counted. Because when that come out, I automatically got Klingon ships for my Klingon, and I didn't even finish my Klingon to 65. Well, no, I can't say that. I think I finished my Klingon to 65. I literally took his Klingon and finished his 65. But here's the thing. I can also power level characters in like 5 days. Yeah, I can have a 65 in 5 days, automatic. I can have it probably in 3. If I sit here and play it for 4 hours. Every day for 4 hours. I'll have a 65 level character. And they haven't even done the honor missions. They just did the tutorial to start them out. I do it a lot, actually. I did it with 7. But I didn't know what I knew then, and plus when I first got here, there wasn't so many patrols. And they didn't give you a lot of experience. But there's a lot of different ways to do this. But I would say if you want to fully get the experience of this whole game, you want to do one character for each race. Okay? If you want to get the full experience. Romulan, Jem'Hadar, Klingon, Federation. And do one of each Federation. You know, Discovery, TOS. But if you want to get the full story, you want to do the TOS first. Right? And I know a lot of people are like, well, there's also certain feats that the TOS have that others don't. Like 23rd century beam overload, right, is kind of different stats than regular beam overload. You know what I mean? And sometimes they're like, well, that's more modern and more better. Well, actually, there's a mortar cannon that shoots grenades, right, for the engineer in 23rd century. Yeah, there's a whole space station devoted to 23rd century, which is TOS, right? Or 22nd century or some shit. No, it's 23rd century, yeah. And you can literally go and get this stuff, and some of the stuff is actually better. I love the friggin' grenade mortar. And everyone's like, well, why do you love the grenade mortar? Well, the thing is this. You can set it down and it keeps shooting grenades. It never stops. You don't have to keep chucking them. And it's actually an engineering mortar, which is even better. Because the engineer can chuck the grenades while the tactical can chuck the grenades. And you have a lot more grenades. If you want to make a whole ground grenade build, that's the way to do it. Plop, 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 plop. You know what I mean? That's the way you do it, boys. You want to make a whole ground grenade build. And the thing is I'm talking free stuff. I'm talking new players. You know, you don't always have to go to that exchange and buy something off it. Now, don't get me wrong, because it's always ECU Gil or credits, so you can buy a lot of stuff off the exchange, and you can. I started with Agony console, an Agony generator, right, which makes an Agony bubble right around your characters while they're on the ground. And it causes agony to everybody. Okay, and then I bought ambush turrets, right? With credits, and I bought ambush turrets, and then I had no problem on the ground because you throw those suckers down and they just cut people up, right? Because they're basically auto turrets, and they just go. Now you can go with the phaser beam turret. You can go with the beams if you want, like beam rifles. Those are always good. If I was going to go with them, though, I'd save up some low buy crystals. 50 should do it, and get that pistol for the lower decks. Because Marin just walks around like macking everybody with that pistol, and then you can do the same thing in here with that pistol. You just walk around with everybody and just mack them. It's like... Like, this thing would last about 20 seconds. Seriously, that pistol just erodes everything. I hate these things. Are probably the hardest and toughest ones to beat. Watch out for the holes in the explodey on the ground. She has a range. You can always stay out of the range. That will help. Feed your probe. Oh, you're going to get it now. You are going to get it. Eat the V'ger probe. If you weren't here for the vent, you can't get this, which sucks, because this thing is badass. The V'ger probe kills everything. See? Done. It just sits there and keeps beaming her until she's toast. Now we gotta kick our partners. Yes, so always do an event, because there's always something that they get in there. Even if it's a character like Beverly Crusher, okay? We have the Terran Beverly Crusher, and we're supposed to get the next Beverly Crusher in the next event, right? And the next event is going to give us a regular Beverly Crusher with different feats and different things. Okay, they're sort of the same, but not. There's going to be a couple feats that she's going to have that's different. And it's awesome. You know, every time you do an event, and you can do an event for free. I mean, when I first did it, I was all about the ships. I got ship drunk, and I'm still ship drunk, so I went, oh, a free ship. So I had to get the free ship. So I always had to do my events to get a free ship. And then I was like, wow, it's not a free ship, to hell it. And then I did something one day, and I was like, okay, there's a whole set of, what is it, Warp Core? Singularity Warp Core. And then they had Warp Core. They had Singularity and then a Warp Core. And then they had a Deflector Dish, and then they had Impulse Engines, and then they had, what else did they have? Yeah, it was all one set, okay? It was all one set for the activity, and I was like, wow, I don't know if I want that, because I like using the ones I use, and blah, blah, blah. You know, being the whole, I can get 50 million damage. That set kind of sucks, you know? Because I was getting to that point where I was actually a higher level Trek player, and you know I'm better than everything else. And I was like, well, I don't really want it, you know. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll get it. Just because I want to do the event and I got nothing else to do. And Destiny 2 is killing me and I hate the game and da-da-da-da. Anyways, bleh. Long story short, right? So I did the event. It was like 22 days and it was the longest event. It was like 20 days. It was my first long event without buying it early or doing something foolish. Or getting it early, you know what I mean? It was like 22 days or something like that. I was like, well, I can do that. So every day for 10 minutes I'd come in and do it. Bing, bing. Right? For 10 minutes, I popped in and did it. 10 minutes, I popped in and did it. And I was like, I just got an end. You know, I'm never going to use that set. I probably don't like it. Da, 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 da. So I was like, I'm never going to use it. The hell with it. You know, no biggie. But I'll have it, and then I'll have it for the event, and I'll be cool, right? Like everybody else gets stuff for events, and I'll be cool like that, right? So it was more of a, I want to be like everybody else thing, right? I gotta be badass like all these other people that I watch in these videos, right? So I got it because everybody was talking about getting it. And then I was like, well, why the hell is it such a big deal? And I was like, okay, so it's a big deal, da 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 da. It was some big event, and it was supposed to... Then I found out that you could get it shipped to a box to help that event. So if I did that event, it would give me a stick, you know. So I ended up doing like 3 events, okay, and I was like, alright, no big deal. And the second one was kind of crappy. It gave us like a Tarian ship that really wasn't that great. The first one gave us the engine set and the shield set, and it was a pretty good set actually. It's not too bad. But see, here's the trick I got, okay. Every now and then I'll get bored and I'll be like, alright, I'm gonna come over here and build this character, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a character. So I'll go build a character on Star Trek. Right? So now I get bored and do a character on Star Trek. I can stop talking to you guys and kill these things. Alright. Okay, where's the big guy? Right there. Alright, V'ger probe, gotta go. Yeah, frig you, frig that. I'm gonna put some shields up. We're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna eat you for lunch. You can't kill me. Na 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 na. Now you're a drone. Na 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 na. You see a lot of people like, well, I don't understand why you don't use your shit. Because I don't need it unless I'm dying, right? And now I get this big guy for a drone. I didn't think they could take him over. Usually they don't. There's some things they won't assimilate. Okay? I don't think they can assimilate Tholians. And they can't assimilate, and I didn't think they couldn't. I thought they couldn't assimilate Iconians, but apparently they can. Because, yeah, the assimilation won't assimilate some creatures, so they get mad. That's why they don't use it. Mission over. So, anyways, as I was saying, I was like, okay, I won't get this. I'll get this, you know, just so I can get the ship. Because every year they have an event that does 3 or 5 events, okay? Wait until the story's over and then I'll show you. Because we're almost done our video for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. I love it when you guys do. I appreciate it. And I know I'm losing some of them, but hopefully at the end of next month coming, August, or August, we'll be playing Starfield. You'll all be watching. It's going to be really good, I hope. And either way, if it isn't, it does look like a good long game that's going to take forever to play. So, we'll have plenty of video coverage. And if not, we'll go back to Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty in 30 days, and then we'll just say the hell with Starfield.
We're in orbit, and we're not
I doubt it, because I paid a, you know.
about 2 minutes out, but the
Alright,
heralds are here.
so we're up. So we killed the Preserver. Bummer. Poor guy, he got killed. The Iconian War is an interesting chapter because it's the last chapter to the original STO, Star Trek Online. Okay? The original chapter went up to the Iconian War and then it stopped, and then they put DLCs into it. Okay?
More Herald ships. These guys just won't give up.
Now, this is where the original story stops. Like, the campaign to this whole game stopped. And then they made more downloads, which was great. But can you imagine it, and there's like 4 to 5 chapters. And no, I'm sorry, but Delta chapter was not that big at that time. When I first got here, it wasn't that big. It had 12 or 13 chapters, or 10 to 13 chapters. It had 10 chapters, and that was it. Then they put patrols in it. Because they made patrols later, unfortunately. Because the patrols are pretty fun and cool. They each their little stories themselves. Come on. Now, I don't get this because, to me, I'm reading on it, this seems to be New Romulus, right? Oh, maybe we're not at New Romulus. I thought we were at New Romulus. No, because we teleported from there through a gate, so we must have went somewhere else. Oh, it's the destructible torpedo one. Nah. Yeah, because I thought this was New Romulus, but I guess I'm wrong. Oh, today's trash day. That's why you're hearing all kinds of noise outside. My bad. Thought today was trash day and I'm a little too late getting the trash. Alright, people. Yeah, I got a dumpster over here, so the dumpster guy's gonna come up, pick it, tip it, and throw it. Which is cool.
We'll hold the Herald forces here. Now, engage that dreadnought before you power up the weapon.
They have a real interesting thing, and I wish I had it for space, but I don't. On my main, I got it for ground, but I don't know what the console is for space. Dreadnought doesn't seem to be changing colors or getting worse, so... Are we even supposed to be fighting this thing? Okay. What's that? Alright. Guess it's over. There goes the big truck. Bing, bing, bing. Alrighty. Oh, I see what the issue is. Mr. George. Yeah, see, I thought it blew up New Romulus, and I was like, whoa! Poor Romulans. I mean, I searched all over for a planet for them to live on, and then this thing come along and blew it up. But it doesn't blow up the planet, apparently. See, I thought it blew up the planet. Because it looks like it did, didn't it? I could have sworn. Then we go to the flotilla.
Today is a dark day for the Alliance. Starbase 234 is lost. The Iconians destroyed the gateway on New Romulus. Our fleet was defeated. And in one day, we lost a quarter of our ships.
Okay. Alright, I see.
And with that was our hope of understanding the Iconians.
So they blew up a gateway on the planet. Basically, they fucking blew a hole in the ground. Blew it up.
Anytime. To be blunt, this may not be a war we can win, but we will make the Iconians pay dearly for their victory. We will continue to fight, to save what we can, to win where we can, and we will fight until the last one falls.
Yeah, that's a heck of a speech. Till the last one of us falls. Well, I mean, we do tend to fight, you know. So, that's the Codally War, and we're starting it. It just started. Now, you can pick these sets, but like I said, if you get a set, you have to get, like, see, here's an anti-proton heavy cannons. Now, what I did was I took the beam and put it in my ship to use it to fucking fight the Iconians, because the Heralds, or whatever you want to call them, the Iconians, because their ships are susceptible to anti-proton, right? You can also use Disruptor, Dual Heavy. I think that they're susceptible to that too. But there's a good set here, and you get the console, and it goes with that set. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab the anti-proton.
Continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Because I went through and got the whole set of everything, right? We're not going to do this today because we were done with the video today, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. About events, okay? Now, most people, okay, they skip the event because the event takes so long, right? This is the event where you get a ship, a T6 ship, and you get a T6 coupon, or you get 1,000 low-buy crystals, right? And 1,500 low-buy crystals. You get 2 coupons, right? Or you get a premium T6 ship. Now, I'm going to go for the premium T6 ship because I want the Sagan Command Cruiser, which is the Stargazer from Picard 3, okay? Or you can get the Excelsior 2 Intel Heavy Cruiser if you want. You can get the Farragut Temporal Cruiser, which I believe is the Farragut from Strange New Worlds. Courier Pirate Raider, which is this thing in Discovery. Terran Icer and Dreadnought Carrier is the thing from here, from this show here in one of the missions. Marion Camayan Science Dreadnought. A lot of ships, and they're cool ships too. They're really good. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Last we ran a Heavy Raider, which I have. Section 31 Command Heavy Battle Cruiser, which I do not have. Didn't know. I thought I had it, but I didn't. I have the Intel Dreadnought Cruiser, I think. Or the Command Heavy Battle Cruiser is the one I got, but I don't have the Dreadnought Cruiser. So anyways, there's a long list of ships you can get, right? T6, every single one of them, and they're from games, movies, whatever, right? Then you get 2 discount. You can pick these, or you can get any. You can get 1 ship out of that, or you can pick 2 of those, which will give you 2 ships out of the store, or you can get 1,500 low-buy crystals, which will get you 1 ship out of the store, out of the low-buy crystal store, or a bunch of stuff out of the low-buy crystal store, which is a lot of stuff you can get with 1,500. You can basically deck out your main character with it. Okay, now this goes on all year until you fill that bar, right? And then it stops after you fill that bar because you get your rewards. Okay, now you have a side mission like this one. This is a side event. Okay, now this event, which is a summer event, happens every year, and you get a ship out of it every year. There's a ship out of it. Right, this year it's the Hyperion and Tail Battlecruiser, which isn't too bad. It's actually a pretty decent ship. Okay, now for the last two, or for as long as I've been playing it, which I think is 3 or 4 years now, right? I have got this ship, that ship, this ship, Ferengi Bear and Cruiser, right? I have this ship, this ship, this ship. Okay, every event that's ever had a ship, I usually get the ship except for 2. Like this one, I missed the Ricer event, summer event, I skipped it, and another summer event, I skipped it. I skipped the summer events because sometimes I was playing other games because the summer games come out for the year, and I tend to friggin' find one that's nice and I play it. So I forget the event. The Khitomer Alliance battlecruisers and stuff were in events. Space equipment, which is one. Now this has the Solian set, but it also has all these consoles that I've got from events, right? And then this, which is what I was talking about. I didn't realize what I got. So I got like a Kavarian shield, a combat impulse engine, a revolutionary deflector, revolutionary singularity core, and a revolutionary warp core. Now here's the trick to this, okay? I got that whole set, right? And I was like, oh, it's not too bad, da 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 da, right? I was like, big deal. And I put it on my main. And then I made a new character. Guess what? I had the whole set to start out with. Right? I had the whole set to start out with. All these consoles and all this stuff goes to your characters. When you start a new character, every single one of them, you can get all this stuff out of it. You know what I mean? Ground equipment, everything you've got in an event, you can use when you start a new character. Right? And I'm like, wow, I got all this crap. But the problem is I got so much crap now that it fills up my inventory. And some of it's crap, some of it's good, some of it's not. I mean, but if you get it, you always have it. You never lose it. You know what I mean? It's account bound. It's always on your account. Okay? Kumarki's armor and outfit is awesome for any starting captain. You put that on them, they're golden. You don't have to worry about anything ground. You know what I mean? I don't grab these until the end of it because these are level appropriate. So if you open it and you're level 2, then you get a level 2 weapon. But here's the trick. Ready? It's a little secret trick. You ready for this? You open it at level 2, and then you get a level 2 weapon to start off with. So you have 3 weapons for your bridge officers or 3 weapons for you, right? Then you go, say, hit 40 levels, right? You destroy over them and open the boxes again. Because once you destroy them, you don't have them, so therefore you can open the box again, right? So you open the box again, and it's a level whatever 40 is. And then you destroy them again when you hit 65, and then you open them, it's level 12. See what I'm saying? And you can do the same thing with the impulse engines and the shields. You can do the same thing with these. Alright? Now, I think they made it that way, and they keep it that way, because they haven't fixed it yet. So, shh, if it's a big secret, don't say anything. Because we don't want them fixing it. It works out great for all you know. Every time you guys get an event, like say this ship here, this ship is awesome because if you get this ship, and then you play the mission that the ship's in, you'll get the weapons for the ship in a box. And you can literally keep doing that mission and keep getting those weapons until you fill the whole ship up. And it's great. Those weapons are actually good if you like plasma. You know what I mean? But you gotta have a plasma console, a plasma torpedo thing, and a plasma this to go with it. So if you're Romulan, perfect ship for you is right there. Because Romulan's all plasma. And then you have a lot of stuff, but you get it, and you always get it. Like, if you buy something out of the store, okay, like say I get this pack that they're trying to sell us. I really don't want it, and it's way expensive. I don't buy anything out of the mud store unless it's on sale. Alright? Don't buy a damn thing out of the mud store unless it's on sale. Now, this is a really good setup because you get to pick one ship for the cheapest amount. If you buy it for the highest amount, which is like $200, 200 real cash dollars, people, right? That's what we're talking about, 200 real cash dollars. Okay, this one here, the cheaper one that says 50% off, right, is you get one ship out of the 3 ships. Okay, then if you buy the more expensive one, which is 2,500 Zen, which is about 250 real dollars. Even at 50% off, it's still that much. Well, it's actually be about 300 because it's 200 for the 2,300, and then you need another, what is it, 2,000. So you need about 300 or 230 bucks, right? Roughly, because you got to figure Xbox charges tax, right? Also, if you get a chance when these are on sale, this is what you want to do: is grab it when the Zen's on sale, okay? Because Zen's on sale, it's a good thing. And you can pick one of these 3 ships, all right? If you do the most expensive bundle, you get all 3 ships and everything in that pack, or you can pick the others out of that pack, right? That's what they're talking about. The more expensive bundle, you can get all 3 ships, right? I think it's everything in the pack. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's been a while since I bought one of the bigger ones. I usually don't buy them. But I already have the Borg Juggernaut, and I don't care for the other 2 ships, the Sonar or the other one. A lot of people want the other one because it's a big beam build ship, but I can make it out of an Enterprise. It's much easier. Like this one. You get to pick one of the ships out of here, right? The only reason why I would buy this pack is because I can pick one of the ships out of here. Alright? Because I literally own that Enterprise, that Intel Battlecruiser, that carrying thing, you know what I mean? The ones I'm missing are the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Vulcan ship, right? So if I was going to buy that whole pack, I'd have to buy the whole pack to get all those ships. But like I said, you don't buy anything out of MUDs unless it's on a sale, like 75% off or whatever. You don't buy anything out of MUDs unless it's on sale. Alright? And I'm serious, don't do it unless it's on sale, because the price is like twice as much. That says 50% off and it's at 14,000 Zen, right? Okay, imagine that at 100%. Okay, it would be like 28, 29,000, 30,000, something like that. And 30,000 is like $300-400 bucks. You know what I mean? In real money. This game is not cheap when it comes to buying ships. Not at all. And I should know, I put way too much money in this game. But now is a good time to buy some if you're going to buy some on console, because it's 50 to 75% off. If you got the money to spend. If you don't, don't. You know what I mean? Work on your event and get your coupon. Or get your coupon, because you can use your coupons for these ships. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but there's a lot of ships in the store you can buy and have. And, you know, they're putting new ships in the store all the time. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. See, I got this. I actually have because I wanted this ship here. This was the whole point of getting this pack. Was to get the Marquis Raider. Okay? And the Marquis Raider has a Plasma Storm console. Okay? I have the Jem'Hadar ship, just not T6. And I have the Ferengi, which is T6. Okay? So I was like, well, I don't need that. And then I ended up getting the bridge crew, the whole bridge pack, the holographic officers, because you get that anyways when you buy the pack. And I got all the officers. Like, I got tons of officers, the holographic bridge crew. So much that I really don't need any bridge crews. I don't even have to buy any, because I got them, and I also got the TOS bridge crew. I've got them, and I've got them. So that's like way too many hollow bridge crew officers. But I wanted this because the console's badass. Yeah, but I wouldn't go unless you're going to, you know, like right now is probably the best time to buy some of these. Because that's the cheapest you'll see them is at 50%. Unless they get nice and do a 75% sale. If they do a 75% sale, then you come back looking for these packs. But a lot of times when they do a 75% sale, they don't have all his packs in. They just have the new one that they just put out. Yeah, because the store, it switches out packs. It never keeps the same constant all the time. But anyways, yes, and if you become ship addicted, remember one thing. Basically buying these things or getting all kinds of boxes is gambling. Okay, so if you do have a gambling problem, you want to go see a therapist. I don't have a gambling problem because I'm never broke and I always pay my bills. Okay, I do like my ships, but you know I don't have a problem with spending money and staying in my means, so I'm not broke and homeless. Because buying ships should never put you homeless. Got me? All right. Big warning out there, captions, whatever you want to say. Red alert, red alert. Do not put yourself out of a home for a video game. Ever. Alright. That's it. That's over. Game done. See you later. Thank you for watching. Love the follows. Hit that follow, like, subscribe button over here on Twitch. Hit that follow button over here on Twitch. And hit that like, subscribe button over there on YouTube. I will be doing Star Trek right up until the 31st of October, August, and then we will be playing Starfield for the video. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And do have a good summer. Enjoy yourselves. And try to stay out of the heat. And hydrate. Hydrate, people. Hydrate. Drink some water. I know you don't like the water. Nobody likes to taste the water. Buy bottled water, but drink some water. Because the alternative is heat stroke, and that's not a good thing. Not for anybody. Alright, bye-bye. Have a good day. Appreciate it. This is Lord of Arthas Frost Chronicle signing off, and hoping you're having a good day. And